So, I know the demo ended yesterday for the Steam, demo of Wandering Village. However, if you already had it installed on your computer from the demo and you never uninstalled it from Steam, before the demo ended, you should still have the executable for the game on your computer. If you navigate into your Steam folder on File Explorer and find the Wandering Village demo, you should find it, somewhere in there. So you can still boot it up and actually play it, even though you can't launch it from Steam anymore that way. So anyway, today I'm gonna show you guys how how I beat the demo and how I prioritize tasks and manage the pause feature of the game, because that's the pausing and setting stuff up is honestly, I think, what a lot of people are missing for those that are struggling to beat the demo. Since I see on the Discord that everyone, or a good number of people are they just struggle. Anyway, so that's what I was going to show you. So I'll start a new game. We'll just call it Smiley Face, and we'll start.
Driven from our homes
I'll let
by
this
the
play.
toxic spores, we kept wandering, looking for shelter. But not in our wildest dreams did we imagine what we would find.
It's a cool video. And there's our favorite big boy. Okay, so I'm gonna say no to the tutorial. And what I do here first is straight up, I pause the game, and I build up my village, and set the priorities so that straight when I unpause, the villagers get straight to work so I don't waste any time. So there's 16 villagers, so we're gonna put down 8 tents to begin with here. And we're gonna put a road here, do this. And the reason I'm doing this is so that there's room to expand more, and eventually I'll just swap out all the tents for houses, but since we pick up more villagers, it's good to have some extra room. What I like to do is I usually do 2 worker posts and 1 research building. Of course, the layout's, somewhat different every time depending on the landscape, but that's how I tend to set things up. And then there's an interesting thing with the berry gatherers, which is always, one of the first food sources you want to get up and running. Where this might change later on in the game, however, they work a lot faster if the berry hut is close to the entrance for the berry gatherer building, or like the berry bush, and also works a lot faster, even though the efficiency goes down on the HUD here. If there's only 1 bush, they all go to that 1 bush and just go back and forward. And since multiple workers can be at the same bush, what you'll see is even though the efficiency says it's going down, the actual production rate of berries will go way up, because there's less of a wait between the travel time for them, and they always go to the same bush. So one of the first things I also like to do is, this is completely up to how your personal playstyle, because some people don't like clear cutting their entire Onbu's back, even though a lot of the stuff will regrow throughout the game session. But I find that, straight from the beginning, if I just, harvest every single thing on the back with regards to like stone and wood, that's typically enough for me until I just sitting on the back until I start getting involved in collecting from the sawmills and quarries from the big piles. And once I have those going, that's pretty much enough to finish the entire demo. You don't really need to make the deep quarry or the forester, I don't think, at least in the demo version. And so then we'll need to also harvest these berry bushes. You could also clear cut all the berry bushes if you wanted. If you were in a desert, that would probably give you enough food to get through the a desert start. But I typically don't do that except for the ones around the berry gatherer, because efficiency and all that. We'll bump up the priority of these so that these get taken out pretty quick as well to get, that efficiency up. And then we'll want to obviously get these guys a house as quick as possible. We'll want research as quick as possible. We'll get one of those to 2 and the other one to 1. And from there, we can start looking at all the other stuff. So let's look at farms here first. So farms are important, you know, because food and all that. So let's figure out a good spot to do this. I like to do a 3-block sort of perimeter farmland around it. Some people may say that's too much, but once you have 3 workers working at one, I find that that's about good. So let's see that. That should work. Oh yeah, and by the way I just placed in still have something on my cursors. If I hold down shift and left click, then the option to place another is available. Kind of a weird spot. I normally like to put them side by side, but actually no, this works. Yeah, right there. And then we'll do a road to outline it so it looks nice. And that would take us here. Nice. And then we'll want to set up the herbalist hut. That one we can stick up right here will work. And if I look, yeah, we get wide enough there. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to stick with the width right here, except for do a 3 wide on the top and bottom. So it's going to be 2 on the sides and 3 on the top and bottom. Of course, that's, you know, however people want to do it. It's, you know, doesn't really matter that much in the long run, but I just like doing it that way because, you know, I find that's about how much space I need to be sustainable in the late game. Let's see, that's the berry gatherer, and that's the bush they're gathering from, so that's important to leave that there. We'll definitely want the water wells close as well as the pantries, so they're not spending that long going between everything. So we'll put a pantry there and there. We'll put 4 pantries. That should be enough. And then the water wells we'll want close by. So we'll find the middle point. It's right here. So we'll do that and that. We'll have 2 for each of those, and then the gatherer will also have 1. So we'll do that up there. And then the mycologist. Let's see. This is honestly a good spot to put it. You don't need as much because Onbu doesn't use that many mushrooms for eating. This is a good spot because then we can pull from this water as well. So I'll just put it in line like that so it's, you know, somewhat orderly. And then for the road, we can just do that. Doesn't really matter. Road sort of has just aesthetic, except for you know, in this case, it's not super useful, but in general, it's good to have them because the villagers move like 10% faster or something. I don't know the exact number. And then, what else do we need? We need, we recovered all these buildings. We need this carpenter and stonecutter. So this is the carpenter. Let's see, that's the research. I kind of want to put my doctors here because this is the herbalist hut. It's good to keep everything that, you know, where you produce the resources and where you use them close together. That's why I'll probably put the Onbu kitchen down here too, later on. This is good to put near, the main thing is just to put it near wherever you're going to store your stuff in the warehouse. So here, let's put some roads down to sort of make a mental map here. So we'll probably do something like this for the berries, which means it would make sense to put the stonecutter and carpenters around here, I think. You know what, now that I realize it, it would be better to actually move the pantries down 1 so that I can continue with the roads if I want. There we go. So let's grab the pantry and put the pantries back down 1 lower. And then water tanks. They're not as important, but still a nice thing to have. I'll put 3 there and 1 up here. You don't really need much more. And then, let's see, I think that's... Yeah, pest control doesn't have any use at this point in the game, so I'm gonna ignore that. Covering everything here. I guess the material storage. I didn't put that down yet. That will be... We'll start with, 2. And, you know, some people like just unlocking the warehouse and going for the warehouse. I actually prefer material storages because if you look, warehouse covers the same footprint as a 2x3 of material storages. However, a 2x3, since each material storage holds 30 items, holds 180 of each item. Except the warehouse, which covers the same area, only holds 150. So even though, warehouse may look nicer, this holds more material in the same amount of space. So it's actually, if you're going for like, a pure efficiency build, it's better to place 6 material storages, not to mention they're cheaper. Well, I guess, easier to get resources. However, 6 of them probably cost more in terms of wood and stone than one warehouse does. But that's up to whether you want to get a cheaper cost or higher storage density. Anyway, I think that covers everything at this point. Let me make sure priorities are good though. So we'll get that up to 1. Not too worried about having 2 farms straight off the get-go. Berry gatherer, I'll put that at 2 as well, just because fruit's important. All the huts are at 2. That's at 2. That's at 1. That's at 2. Yeah, this seems good. Let's get them going and put the speed on 4. Just to, get the ball rolling quicker. And we should see that we're actually at a really good spot by like day 3 at this rate. We're still at the very beginning of day 0 because I planned all this while the game was paused, which is why I say utilizing the pause menu is a super useful thing to do that I think a lot of players are not doing. You can see there, this is why I also selected all the wood and stone on the map, so that when they run out of the wood and stone, they're not just sitting there waiting. They can just go straight out and get more wood and stone as they need it. And we already got the hut built here, so I'll put that 5 people in there and put that on harvest for now. I like to do 1 on harvest and 1 on general, typically. And it says to go for kitchen, but they can survive off of just berries for now. I actually find the hornblower more important because it's important to be able to pick which direction you want to go to avoid spore clouds, or make Onbu sit and pet him and, do that whole trick where you can have him sit for as long as you want. If you want to do like, a day, 100 run in the demo, which is only possible if you make him sit all the time. But we're not doing that this time because I just want to show you guys how to beat it, not how to, max out everything. So all the huts are already built, so nobody's homeless anymore. And we already got research going, which means we can pick... well, I guess I picked the hornblower. Multitasking's hard. We'll get 3 people in here, though. And you can see, if this tree is in the way, you can see how they're all gathering from this one bush. And it says gathering is only at 6% efficiency. But since there's 3 people all gathering from this one spot, and they're just, since it's super close to the doorway, when they're done gathering, you can see they go straight in and straight back out to the bush again. So this is actually significantly faster than having a bunch of bushes over the berry gatherer. And you'll see that I actually produce berries faster than these guys can eat them at the beginning here. Anyway, Onbu just woke up, so let's take a look at the world map and see what's around us. Of course, we don't have a scavenger hut, so nothing's useful here. But we can see it looks like we're going to be entering a desert. So, with that in mind, it might actually be a good idea to bump up the priority on some air wells. I don't think those will get done before we enter the desert, but that's alright. Alright, let's get these guys in here and keep it on general. I keep general because I still want them to be able to harvest if we need to, but also it's good to have some people for construction, and I don't want to micromanage toggling that back and forth all the time. I find that to be a bit redundant. But I also want people who are harvesting all the time, because then they'll have a bunch of resources sitting on the ground, and once all the wood and stone's gathered, we can switch over to transport to pick up all the items. Anyway, now that we have our research picked, we can pick the scavenger hut straight off the bat, so we can start getting water, because we're about to enter this desert. Oh no, that's a jungle. I thought that... Okay. It was paler around the edges, so I mistook it. But no, this is jungle. Okay, so that's good. We'll get plenty of water then. But this is still good, because I want to be able to get villagers from surrounding settlements, as many as I can, because the population is always the thing in the game that's sort of a bottleneck. Get the hornblower down too, since we researched that. Right up at the front. And a road. We can just do this. That actually lines up nicely. Alright, let's keep going. But yeah, the reason I want the hornblower is the scavenger huts as quick as possible is because I want to, if I come across a settlement, you know, like day 4, I want to be able to grab that. And plus having extra wood and stone and iron and sand is super helpful. It sucks if you're trying to build the scout tower and it's right at the end of the demo and you have enough iron, but then you're like 3 sand short. And that's happened to me more times than I care to admit. Looks like we're about to build up the farm. So we'll pause the game so that we can manage our time super efficiently. We'll pick the plots. Again, I like to do a 3x3, or 3, I guess not 3x3, but, you know, 3 wide border around the main hut. And we'll... What did I set this to? I didn't. We'll set this to a max priority so that we just get this off the farmland. These guys... Looks like we're already out of people. However, we'll throw those guys in there. Which that'll fix itself once we come across this, which these guys should be able to get a population up to 20. I think the first group is always 4 people, so we'll see how that goes. Hornblower, we'll up the priority to 1. So you can see pausing the game to decide things instead of just letting the play out and, you know, responding to setting everything up in real time is much more efficient, as well as using your priorities wisely. Typically, I'll reserve the highest priority for just removing poison plants, and then my lower priority and middle priorities I'll use for the order I kind of want things to start sprouting up. Which these airwells should be coming up sooner rather than later. We're just lacking some stone. And we've just entered the jungle. Nice. And there's a desert over there. Looks like we'll have a choice right around here. You see the road turns that way. Probably our first intersection. Which is why it's good to get the hornblower up as quick as we can. Although right now the issue with that is the carpenter. We'll set it up to the second priority. Population up, villagers. Yep. So we got more villagers. Now we'll finally pick the kitchen so we actually get some better food. Kitchen will be over. That's a scavenger hut, right? This seems like a good spot as any. We'll just do that. I'd like to have 2, and then I'll set the priority for 1 to be a bit higher. And because that will also need to get priority for the stonecutter up. There we go. That should be good. Oh yeah, we have more people too, so we'll need to get some more tents down. I'll just set those to 1. I'm not super worried if they're homeless for a little while. Alright, so we're farming beets already, and it's day 4. So this is a pretty good start for day 4, I think. We're already making some good headway. After this, on the tech tree, we'll probably go for village doctor. And then after that, I'll go for the feeding trebuchet in the Onbu kitchen, and then the Onbu doctor. The reason I get the village doctor so soon is because you never know how soon it's going to be until you run into your first poison cloud. Alright, let's pause the game and think up, make our mind really quick. So we can either stay in the jungle, the benefit of that is, you know, continued water production for food, or we could turn north and head to the desert and hope we find some sand for the scout tower. Both are, you know, good options to consider, because getting a scout tower would mean that you know, we see more around us. But Scout Tower is pretty far away on the tech tree, and we're not even close to unlocking it yet. And while it would be good to have the sand for when we do unlock it, I'm actually leaning towards just continuing on the bottom path because being this early on, we only have 50 water and our food is has some to be desired. And so continue to have water would be better. However, we don't have the hornblower yet because we're still waiting on the stone cutter, or sorry, the carpenter. So I'm actually gonna up that up to the highest priority because I really want to get this done before we enter that intersection. Although I don't think that's gonna be happening, unfortunately. How much are we missing? 15. Okay, each one of these gives 3. So if I change the harvest priority of like some of the closest ones, I only need like 5 of them. So we'll do that. Grab a little bit more in case the villagers are dumb and use it on other stuff, because they don't always follow the highest priority. I've noticed it can be a little weird sometimes with them. But yeah, now they're running straight over to harvest. We're probably missing this intersection. All right. Here's to hoping we go south, but oh yeah, there's food right there too. Hopefully he goes south. Okay, we got the carpenter. Alright, and we're building it. Okay, we have a carpenter, and we have a stone cutter. So we should be able to get the scavenger huts too, which will be good for when we enter the desert, because we might need to get water. We'll pick the doctor, like we said. And there's the kitchen. So, okay. So our food's down here. Pretty much all of it. We have, can't put that there because otherwise we'll destroy the berry bush. But we kind of want to put this somewhere close by. I'll go ahead and put both the kitchens right here. That makes sense because there's pantries right next to it. Plus it's close to the berries and the beets. Took me a second to remember what crop this was. Have we decided where we're going yet? We are going north. That's unfortunate. Although, look, it would have gone in desert anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. Still not producing any water. This isn't great. Let's increase the priority for stone, because it seems like our villagers for some reason are deciding to harvest all the wood in the world and no stone. So let's just go ahead and do this, and that should give us enough stone for the meantime. I'm gonna start putting wood in there. Alright, that's full on berries. We have 61 berries, there's 20 sitting in there. See, this is what I mean, the production for this is really good. We're outpacing the villagers eating. Granted, there's tons on the floor, which I think they're getting first. But yeah, it's still good. Looks like we're gonna fall asleep even before we reach the sleeping spot. I actually still would have preferred the food. But oh well. If we're lucky, Onbu might actually decide to go asleep before we even go in the desert. Yes. Wow, that was close. It means we have more chance to produce water. Let's get this up, and we'll get all of them up. Actually, we really need to get some more water being made so we're ready for the desert, because we only have 7. And alright, we got the doctor. So he said we want to put that up by the herbalist. So we'll stick that right here. And Onbu Doctor will go up here too when we unlock it. But now, what did I set as Stephen Research? I think I picked Onbu Kitchen, right? Yeah, that's where we want. Yeah, the reason I wish we could have gone for the food on the map instead of the sleeping spot is because my playstyle personally leads me to getting the food situation sorted for Onbu a bit later on. And so it's nice to have that bit of delay. It's not so late that, you know, it's actually a problem, because, you know, that would be bad. We want to avoid problems, obviously. But, yeah, it would just take a little bit of pressure off. So they're back to getting wood. Looks like they got a bunch of stone, which already got fully used up. So we'll set that up to get more stone again. We'll just do that. That should be enough for now. Yeah, see, this spawned in, and the reason I'll select it is because, like I said, more resources spawn is back. This was all just from the very beginning. So by the time I clear cut, you'll see resources have already started coming back. Like, here's a fully grown tree already. Another fully grown tree actually inside the farm area. We'll set that to be demolished. We're producing more water than we're using. Our water is going up. And we already got the herbalist. I'll only set one for now. I'm not too worried at the moment. The poison level in the world's pretty low. And our happiness is... we still got a couple people... or actually no, our huts are built, so we have no one that's homeless anymore. Oh, we have one person. Right, because we got 21 people. Alright, I'll put another tent down. It's not a big problem. The reason it's nice to have them not be homeless is because it increases their production speed, so total productivity. I believe it makes them complete actions like mining and crop gathering and all those sorts of things a little bit faster. As well as the happiness impacts how many people decide to join your village from scavenging expeditions in the scavenger hut. And that's built, so we can actually get a person in there when the time's ready. And we just finished the kitchen, the Onbu kitchen. So we'll put that down right here, seems good. I'm just gonna sort of fill in this area with mushroom growth. That'll be enough for Onbu. And he's awake. Here's hoping the desert isn't too big, because I don't have a lot of water going in. But fortunately, berries don't actually need water. So that's a good thing right there. Yeah, these guys are just out of material. That's okay. We need more wood planks for this scavenger hut. Set this down to 1, and we'll give it some turf already. So let's see. I'll just do this. That's probably more than enough. And this is good too, so we'll add in all this farmland. And now they're in the desert, the wells aren't running anymore. That's, you know, we'll live. Up here, we definitely want more people there. Actually, I want people to the point that I'll be willing to take them off of the huts. So we'll go ahead and we'll knock these down to make sure they don't wander into these buildings to take these jobs, because I don't really want that yet. And we'll take one person off of each hut, and those will go to the scavenger. Or actually, one might go to the horde. Yeah, I think that's what happened here. Or no, they both went here. Okay, cool. I guess we can take one off of this building for the horn, because that's also an important building. It should realize that someone's going there in a second. I think that person's just going to build roads. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Anyway. Let's see. There's sand up there. We'll grab that for later. Yeah, it's a tiny desert. Alright, so we worried over nothing. Do we go south or north? I'll let him go closer to the intersection to decide. Alright, looks like we're picking between mountain and jungle. Well, at this point in the game, I'm not too worried about poison. Later in the game, poison would be a problem in the jungle. But since it's still early on, there's no real disadvantage of going in the jungle, and it's better than the mountains because there's a higher water collection. So it'll be nice to get a good supply of water. Oh yeah, and there's an eating area up there, which is awesome because Onbu's hunger is already at 48%. There we go, Onbu Doctor. We definitely want that next. And we can already get Trebuchet down. We'll put that over here. And now that we have sorted out, yeah, that person probably found that. So now we've sorted everything out, we can get the spots back open in here for when we find more people, which we should pick up some people soon. In fact, they might be poisoned. Now that I think about it, you poisoned? Yeah, many of them are poisoned. Okay. Well, we have herbs being made. I guess we'll up the priority of the village doctor. It should get about 5 minutes with them on, you know, the ×4 speed until they start dying from poison once we pick them up. Which hopefully with this level priority on the village doctor, the doctor should be built by then. There we go, we just picked him up, so now the mad rush starts to get the doctor built. I know I said normally only save up for poison, however, there's no poison, so if a poison cloud did arrive, I would knock this down to 2. On a side note about poison, since we're talking about it, that's, you know, seems like where everybody struggles. And just to clear that up, a lot of people go for the decontaminators. I personally think the decontaminators are a waste of time because they only break one at a time and they're pretty slow. I find myself getting much more success out of just setting a group of workers to harvest them all at the highest priority. And I'll pause the game right after I exit the cloud so that they haven't spread that much, and I'll set all the harvest to happen while the game's paused. Like I said, pausing's important, right? So that's how we do. And now we got the Onbu Doctor. We can put that right there, and we'll put a road between so it looks nice. There. And we'll get huts going soon, so we'll be able to start building huts here instead of the tents. Looks like these guys are back. There we go, we can get more people. That's great. And speaking of people, the guys we just picked up need a home. Looks like 2 of them just died though. Oh well. That's the problem with you know, the poison being that early. It's hard to get the villager doctor up that fast. This guy soon. Looks like we're coming up to an intersection. Actually, Onbu's about to fall asleep again. He's getting tired quick. Yeah, the farmer here died. One of the guys there died. Oh well, it happens. And we brought 3 out of 3 people back. There's our issue solved. Alright. There's a poisoned small cloud there. There's probably another small one right up here somewhere, because normally there's always one for each path, so normally there are situations where that's not the case. But we'll pick north regardless. Because we don't know yet. Also decontaminator. Neither are super desirable to me at the moment. Well, actually, you know what? I'll go for the warehouse so that we actually can pick the quarry and sawmill after that, because they're important. The warehouse, not so much. I mean, yes, there's gonna be resources left all over the ground right now, but that's not the end of the world. This area is actually being used pretty well, and resources are being used as fast as I'm making them. But our food situation's been pretty good so far. I just wish that the kitchens would already be made. I guess I'll bump that up a bit. Everything's high priority, you know? Speaking of high priority, I should get the stone priority up so that we actually get some more stone. That's sort of been the bottleneck so far, which is a good reason to get the quarry soon. Yeah, I know you're still homeless and you're hungry for better quality food, which is why I put up the kitchen priority, I know. These guys, they're already back. Let's get some iron. Is there anybody who's, like, unemployed? There's one person unemployed. I guess we can... I'll save that for when the doctor comes around, because if we're going to enter a poison cloud soon, we'll need it. He can stay unemployed. He'll just be unemployed workers, or unemployed villagers just do the jobs of workers, so it's not like he's being wasted right now. Actually could put him inside a worker hut until then, but I don't see much reason to. He's just a general. He's just basically a worker set to general right now. And we got those built. Right. We need more stone going to the stone cutter quarry. That's what we need. Where's the best stone to put this? I saw 2 stone on that end of the map. Are there only 2 here? There might only be 2 on this one. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. We can work with it. That's still 400 rocks. Each one of these has 200 resource in it. You can see the level of efficiency these guys are working at. See, they're outpacing the villagers eating it without any issue. I've been at 50 the whole game. Yeah, 1 berry hut's definitely the way to go with these. That might change, you know, after the demo, but at least in this version. And you guys are already back. Oh yeah, see there's a poison cloud up there. There's a mine here. That was about to leave my area of view, but we got it. Alright, so is there any reason to go north versus south? North puts us in the poison cloud a tiny bit sooner, however, not much difference either way. This is actually gonna suck considering that I do not have the doctor set up yet, which is really unfortunate. Definitely. Oh, that's the Onbu doctor. Okay, this doctor. We are currently making slabs still. There we go, just made another 2, so hopefully, actually, you know what? There's a feeding down there, and this gives us a tiny bit more time. That tiny bit more time actually might be enough to get the extra stone slabs. Let's see. This is really a race against the clock right here. Alright, I need some workers to get that over there. Pronto. Alright, we got one going over. And... what? Oh. And we're about to enter the cloud. Okay, so we're building this already. This is awesome. That was not a second too soon. We got one guy going there. Okay. Now, here's the way I deal with the poison clouds. Now that we have the doctor. We just exited the other side. Well, not yet, but, now we have. So once we've fully passed, I'll pause the game and take a look at what we got. So the game's paused, and we see poison trees, and we're just gonna go around and have a careful eye to look for any poison plants anywhere, and set them to be removed by workers with high priority. Remember that the crops can also be poisoned, so you need to take a close look here. Easy to miss those or forget about checking them. Looks like that's good. This berry bush didn't get poisoned, which is very good as well. That would be really unfortunate if it had been. Anything else? There's a mushroom there. Come on, let me look this. Oh, it's already being collected, that's why. Let's see, so that there, we already got those. There's a bush up here. I think we already clicked. Yeah, we already did that one. Where else? Up there's taken care of. Nothing spawned. Any herbs? We look covered on herbs. Those look fine. I think that is it. Yeah. Now I know workers get poisoned when you do this, but it's not a problem. I've never had anyone die while trying to harvest these. Quarries research, so we'll just get that placed already. Ghost time is any. We'll do this. That way, actually, one quarry will get both of these. If this is, if any tiles from either of these are touching a side of this, or even diagonal from a corner, it'll still get it, I've noticed. And so this will actually, this quarry will pick one of these two rocks, I don't know which one, and fully deplete it, and then they'll actually immediately start working on the other one. So this is a really good spawn. And then for this, we'll actually just do this. That'll be nice. Let's see, what else do we have? We have the huts. We can start building up huts. Get those going. And once these are built, I'll demolish, this is 12, so we'll be able to get rid of 6 huts. And I'll move into these buildings, or 6 tents, and we'll move into these huts, and then we can demolish the rest of the tents, and I'll fill up this whole thing with huts. That way I don't need to worry about it again. How are we doing on poison? It looks like, it's already all gone. Yep, that's why I don't bother decontaminators. Workers just take care of the issue without any problem. Even if you run through like a medium pollen cloud, or you have 2 small ones back to back. I've never had issues with that strategy. You can see it's like I literally just spent a minute dealing with it, and then I don't need to think about it anymore. They were already gone before the music even ended for the poison cloud. That's how good that strategy is. And Onbu's finally eating, so that takes care of needing to feed him that quick, which is good. I'm not usually worried about it because it takes a while for him to get hungry. We're already on day 17 and he wasn't even like at risk. The quarry, I'll set this to a low priority. Lich Doctor has a good amount of herbs already. Let's check what the surrounding land is like. So we have Rune Settlement there. Might be able to find some people. And it looks like we're coming up on some people as well. These people can have a job in these buildings. So we'll set that there. We'll get another guy here. When that's built, we'll need someone manning that. And the Onbu kitchen's wall. We'll take people off of other buildings if we need to. But for now, this seems okay. how's this going? Stone. Stone has really been a bottleneck this game, hasn't it? This run through. Oh, looks like we got a medium cloud. And another ruined settlement. If there's not a medium cloud south, obviously we'll go south, but I'll need to keep an eye on that. I'll pick south for now, so yeah, it's picked. I'm just waiting for this to finish so I can pick this settlement, and we'll see who we get. So we got one worker from there, and we'll immediately go into the next one. It looks like there's not a poison cloud to the south, which is awesome. There's food right behind it, so I guess that's the reward for going through the poison cloud, but that's not worth it in my opinion, because Onbu's only at 23 hunger. If I was like, you know, closer like 70, I'd probably just say, let's do it. But we're about to get Onbu's feeding going anyway. Now let's look at the tech tree. We just finished the quarry and sawmill. I don't see a need to get the forester yet. I think it's going to be a bit of a waste of time. Wheat is nice, but I only ever really do it if I'm doing like one of those, you know, 100% research everything, build everything type games where you sit around for 100 days. Because it takes a little while to set up. It's better if you're playing a version that's endless, you know, not the demo. And the blood extractor and the deep quarry are sort of we don't do that because we don't hurt Onbu here. That's heresy. We don't touch that. So really, and stone roads are too expensive for now. So our options are the commands or the scout tower. Between those two, I'll go for the commands because we don't have all the we need 50 sand for the scout tower, and we already, I think, have enough iron for everything in the demo, so that's not too much of an issue, but the commands are more useful. We're looking at that. Okay. Oh, and there is a poison cloud to the south. Should we... So the options here is... We know there's food here. We don't really know what's behind that one, so we'll go north. There's probably either there's food or a resting spot back here, I would guess. And Onbu's honestly might fall asleep before the cloud. Or he might fall asleep in the cloud if we're unlucky. That's actually a concern if I pick this one. If I pick south, I know for a fact he'll fall asleep before the cloud. This one, he might actually fall asleep in it, so we're gonna head south. Like, there's food there. Okay, so I picked correct, I believe. Don't make me eat my words by falling in sleep in the cloud, though, Onbu, please. See, this is why it'd be nice to have the sleep command, because if I had it already, he would have fallen asleep. Okay, so he fell asleep already. It wouldn't have mattered which path I picked then. They both seem about as good as each other. You're poisoned. How many poisoned people do we have? We have 2. That's manageable. We have 2 doctors. Okay, now 4. Okay, so the poison level in the world just went up. We'll definitely bump that up a bit. Bump that back down. Herbalism. We'll get another guy there. We'll need to knock a worker out of there. Oof, 2 of them are sick. Okay, that's not great. A lot of workers are sick. So we got someone there. We need to definitely get production in both of those up, or the number of both of those up. Oh, they just went to the kitchen. No, we need useful, but we need them elsewhere. Okay, now we can do the kitchen. We're doing good on food at least, but sickness is a big problem. A very big problem. People shouldn't die though. I believe that our situation's pretty under control still. Now that we have 3 of each of these especially. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Let's see, yeah, we're down to 1 poison person, so yeah, we took care of it. A little bit of a disease outbreak. And you guys are already good to research another area. Right, so I guess we'll do this. Actually, let's do the quarry. We have enough iron. Some rock would be nice. Okay, now let's just go for the scout tower. No guarantees we'll even get it built this game because we don't have enough sand, but nice to research it. A little bit more completeness. We kind of have everything we need already at this point just to beat the demo. So now it's just sort of researching whatever we want. Beating trebuchet would be nice, and the quarry. So yeah, we're just missing stone, which is why it's good to go get that quarry on the world map with the scavengers. And yeah, we're missing kitchen. So it's really just stone slabs. Everything's stone slabs. Here, let's go ahead. I think actually we harvested all the stone on... Yeah, we harvested all the stone. That's why we're having stone issues. There's a little bit up there, but we'll go ahead and reselect it all. Any stone down here? Nope, a little bit of stone over there though. So we'll go ahead and get that selected. These guys are back to harvesting. These guys are gathering berries like it's nobody's business. Oh, you know what, Onbu? You need to be healed. Right. Again, it all comes down to stone. Stone is important, and that's going up, so actually we're gonna pump that up, like that. That's not a high priority. Oh wait, that's Onbu kitchen, my bad. No, we wanted to bump the Onbu doctor up. Quarry. This is actually more urgent. And we're into another spore cloud, so this is really bad for Onbu's poison level, but we'll see. It might be okay. If Onbu, if the poison level gets high enough, he won't die immediately. He'll just start taking damage. It will take a little while until he actually would die from something like that. But it's definitely not a great situation. Okay, a lot of poison this time. Makes sense. Medium cloud. But we'll do the strategy with the workers again, harvesting everything on the high priority. Of course, we have 2 worker huts. One's on general and the other's on harvest. With high priority, they'll both be looking at removing poisoned plants. Let me click that. There we go. Another one down here. I'm aware that there's all the crops. I'm going to look at those after I think I've taken care of everything on the map. I think there's nothing like behind that smoke cloud, right? No. And I don't think I can really see behind that. I'll look there once we get fully out of the cloud. Let's get rid of these though. So I want to get that up, as well as that, that. That's being harvested already, but we're gonna do that anyway. Poisoned beets there. That berry bush is good, thank God. Any herbs? No. Any mushrooms? No. Okay, so I think that's everything. Over here, I got you. Yes. Okay. I think that's good. Yeah, it's the poison level's now very... Now he's taking damage now. So we really need to get the Onbu Doctor built. Lower priority, this poison on the map, let's not do that. Okay. I don't have any unemployed guys, do I? No. Good thing I got the doctors up too. This should sort itself though. Nice thing is if a plant actually spreads, the priority gets kept with the harvest. So we can just let them do their thing, and they should actually be able to take care of the whole poison situation. Even this thing, which is not looking great, but should be manageable. Oh, it's here. Oh, and I'm guessing that got spread by that bush. Yes. Let's do this. Okay. It should still be under control. Onbu's health is ticking down faster than I would like, and that's very unfortunate. Some settlement there though. Do we have the sick command yet? We do. He doesn't trust us though. Of course he doesn't. Really need the Onbu Doctor built. It's taking way too long. Stone, we have 3 of it. Oh no, we have 17. Stone slabs, can we start using those in the places that matter rather than the kitchen? The Onbu kitchen. Here, we can do this. If we do this, they won't be able to use them there. Yeah, now the only place that they should be able to dump stone is into the Onbu Doctor. Oh, we need to do this too. There. Alright. Well, fortunately, this doesn't really hurt Onbu because he's already maxed out on poison. Wow. This is the first... I think it's only the second time I've ever actually maxed out the poison stat. It's not the end of the world, though, because it still takes a little while for him to die. Although it's happening faster than I would like. Although it looks like we're already ready to construct that, so that's good. Wait for the cloud to completely pass here. And we'll pause. And let's get some harvesting going on all of these things. See, a double cloud like that, I think from what I've seen on Discord, a lot of people would just die to that. Even with decontaminators. Just because pausing to manage situations like this is crucial. This is how some people are able just to beat all this without any problem, and then I've seen others, you know, just give up. So, let's see. Any poison anywhere else? Keep on thinking those bags behind Herbless are poison because they're like a similar color. Let's see, you're taken care of, as well as that. There's no poison there. There's no poison here. I believe, yeah, I did that. This bush is picked up. It's treated. I know I took care of these. Yeah. I think that's everything, yeah. We'll keep a little bit of an eye still. Make sure nothing else appeared, actually. I believe that just spawned from the trees there. And the doctor's belt. Full staff required. We'll definitely be taking... we kind of need those. We'll take something off food. We're pretty good on food for now. one doctor. That's 2 doctors. Awesome. Oh, this tree? I didn't get that. Okay. Health. Man, a lot of poison this run through, isn't it? It makes it kind of tricky. It's a good playthrough though to show how to deal with poison. Anyway, now that we got the doctor built, we can give Onbu an antidote. How much herbs do we have? 38. Okay. So curing health might be not possible for the moment, but we can definitely take care of the poison level. And health won't be super important once we get the poison down, because he should stop taking damage. This mission should also take care of that. Let's see, still want to go south because that is a tiny bit more time till we hit the next cloud. It's desert to the north. Alright, there we go. You stop taking damage now because it's not in the red. We're still going to get this down as low as we can. Well, each time I'd remove 20%, so we'll get it down to 5%, it looks like. I'm just seeing how many herbs we have. 21. It might be a bit risky to actually get all the way down to 5%. I'll do one more time, though. After that, I want to save the rest for the villagers, because we're about to enter the next cloud. We're collecting food up there. We'll use this one here to... Let's see if there's people. Yep, so even though Onbu has low health, situation should be okay. His health's actually still going down, but I should be able to take care of it once I get past this poison cloud. There's just, you know, priorities. Oh, he's sleepy. This is... If he actually sleeps in this, that might be, GG. I have actually survived Onbu sleeping inside a cloud before, though. It's very difficult, but it's not impossible. We'll pick pet. I need him to trust me. Okay. Forgot to set that first one to priority high. This bush still good? That bush is still good. That's like the most important plant on the entire map. Actually, if it got poisoned, it wouldn't be the end of the world. I would just have to move the berry gatherer somewhere else. But it looks nice in that spot in the town, so I'd be sad if I had to do it. Let's keep looking for poison, though. This feels like a particularly difficult run of the demo, though. Alright, took care of that one. No poison herbs. I think that's everything. Unless I'm blind to something here. Pretty sure, yeah, I got all of these, so... Seems like pretty much all berry bushes this time around, except for a couple trees. Yeah. Pretty sure we're behind it, or it's behind us, so I don't think we'll be getting any more poison. But falling asleep when the music's still playing it makes me a little uncomfortable. I guess we can unlock these. That way they can eventually be built. Alright, we need to cure him. How are we doing on herbs? We have 20. Oh, actually, is being in the poison cloud still poisoning him? I guess that would make sense, wouldn't it? It's gonna make me use up all my herbs on him, isn't he? Once this gets down to like 40%, I'm gonna tell him to walk. I'm also not gonna use any more poison until he's or any more herbs until he's walking again. Anyway, speaking of poison, the plants on the map look like they're mostly taken care of. I was about to say about all taken care of, but then I saw these. As for the crops, they look good. And as for the people, there's 6 of them. That's a good amount of people, but we'll manage. I guess I'll just go for the bakery. Not really anything else worthwhile at this point to research. I see that road missing there, but there's more important things at the moment. Okay, he's at like 50%. Will he walk? No, he will not. Can the doctors pet him and then will he walk for me? Yeah, so I mean, he's asleep in a poison cloud and we're managing just fine. And he still doesn't trust me. Okay, I'll pet him again. Boo, you're not sleepy anymore. You're dying of poison and you're just like, no, let me sleep. We love him, but he can be a little stupid sometimes. Wow. That, I'm surprised he isn't trusting me enough to get up and walk yet. Oh yeah, I guess poison plants can still spawn. So yeah, we're still in the thick of a poison cloud, aren't we? Oh, on the tail end anyway. What's the number of poison people? Only 2. Yeah, so our looks like our workers are handling it just fine. And we're back to walking. Good boy, Onbu. And let's give him the antidote straight away here. How many poisoned guys do we have? We have 1. Okay, I'll use up 3 on him here. Because we're in a jungle, so I'm just gonna guess that the natural world poison is poisoning people. Yeah. And our number of herbs, we're sitting 7. How's the doctor? The doctor has 11. I'll do it again. There. There's a tree. Hello, tree. Goodbye, tree. I think that's the only poisoned thing. Yeah. Okay. So that's all that spawned while I was in the Onbu view. Just a single tree. I'm lucky that he fell asleep where he did and not like, you know, a little bit further back in the middle of the cloud, because if that had happened, that actually would have been significantly more difficult of a situation to manage. guys? You got anything you wanna... You're kidding me. Are you kidding me? How many poison clouds are there in this world? Jeez. Okay. Well, at least you won't fall asleep this time. Okay. Looks like, well, we already took care of all the plants. That'll give us a problem. Number of people, only 3 are poisoned. My main concern is really the herbs at this point. I'm glad we got 3 workers in back when we did. But yeah, it's definitely more than I thought. We can see if we can actually make Onbu run through this one. Doesn't trust me enough to do that. Of course he doesn't. Well, I guess we're walking through it again. He is already highly poisoned again. Pause the game though and start removing stuff. And you can see from how much I use the pause feature, like I've said a lot of times already, if you don't pause, you lose. Because the game's just so... it's so important too, because otherwise you can't control what's happening in the game. The game gets ahead of you. A mode of the game where the pause button would be disabled would actually be a really tough difficulty. I'd be interested to see that, honestly. Okay, so we got those fully harvested. It'd be nice also to see actually the decontaminators be buffed to the point where, you know, it was more effective than even a player doing this. Of course, that would basically make poison a non-threat because you would just put some guys in it and you would never have to worry about it again. However, isn't that not already what kind of is the case here? Anyway, let's cure Onbu real quick. And how are we for... Okay, we're collecting the ore there. I don't know if we'll be able to research that before it leaves the map. Maybe. Actually, there's a settlement here. That's a bit more appealing. Yeah, I would be able to get that, but yeah, see, I could, but I want the settlement more. What else? I'm gonna get a road here. It's bugging me that's not there. Scout tower. All right, I'll put this down, even though we're in no way gonna probably get it in this playthrough. Sawmill. We're good for wood for now, but I'll put one down just because I can. And our windmill, I'm not gonna go for wheat this time around. However, the windmilling or the iron forge and the glass blower we will get down. How are we? All right, someone died to poison. It's tough. It's hard to keep up. Onbu Doctor has 12. Go ahead and give that to Onbu. I would cure his health, but it takes 20 to cure the health. And I've just been hitting too many clouds to even get the chance to do it. Because I've just been needing to give him the antidote constantly. Although it looks like this time, finally given a little bit of a break from it. I think probably the next cloud's going to be the end of the demo, I'd imagine. Doesn't really matter. I'll go north. Maybe I'll find some sand and actually be able to build a scout tower. And the number of poisoned villagers is hovering around 4. Doctors are completely out. Yeah, so that's not great. At this point, the only things we have to research are blood extractors and the deep quarry, so I'll just go ahead and do that. Got 3 more people in the village. With those 3, we can go ahead and what? We got one there. Got, I guess, 2 guys working on Onbu kitchen. Don't really need that. We can get another mycologist though. Got to unlock that. One guy will go into there, maybe. Honestly, we might have some people die. Yeah. Ouch. It's the poison. I'll disable the doctor. Onbu's doing okay right now. Actually need to worry about villagers more. Yeah, they took all the herbs out of the Onbu doctor when I did that. Yeah, so we're losing people, but the end of the demo's already here, so it doesn't even matter. So not the easiest fly my way into the demo and beat the game run I've ever had, but we got through it, and that was a good example because that was actually a really tough playthrough because of how many poison clouds there were. Of course, the giant pollen storm here represents the end of the demo. So, yep, it's right there. You saw it for a second when I went into the world view. We got all the way through. We never even built the feeding trebuchet. That's honestly funny. Didn't build a lot of things. Yeah, I have a feeling that if the demo went on much longer... Actually, we took care of all the poisoned. Well, we didn't take care of it, they died, but we prevented more from happening, so we actually did get under control. And here's the end of the demo, so there you go, guys. We beat it. And that is how I, and look, we even finished the sawmill before that happened. Or not the sawmill, the quarry. Anyway, that's how you guys beat the demo without, or at least how I beat the demo. And it pretty much works 100% of the time. I've only lost the demo, like, twice, and I've played it, a lot. I don't even know how many times. But, there you go. Of course, now that the demo period's ended, it's only really playable if you installed it during the demo period, and you never uninstalled it, because it will still be on your computer if that's the case. But, you know, if you have it and you were struggling with it, hopefully this helps. And I feel like this will also be pretty applicable to the actual game once, or if you're in the beta. And so, there you go. Looking at Onbu's stats right now, though, and behind the background, I feel like this playthrough he might have actually died, because that giant pollen storm, and you look how sleepy he is. If he had fallen asleep in it, that would have been GG. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. This strat usually works a bit better than this video showed. It's just that this video also had a ton of pollen storms that I ran into. There were like, how many? 6? 5? Something like that. And they were all back to back. So, I mean, the fact that I actually made my way through that should be a testament to how well this strategy would normally work. He even fell asleep in one of them and I got through it. So, anyway, there you go. Hope you find this useful and enjoyed it.